Hello guys, Spicy Crisp here, and today I want to talk about UFC 327. Just watched that shit last night, and it was a beautiful, beautiful main card, I'm gonna say. And we got some good fights. Let's see, I want to talk about some of the fighters and some of the main card events itself. So here we go. First fight, we got Cub Swanson with the TKO on Landwehr. Yeah, yeah, I believe in my boy Swanson, dude. That bro is brutal. And yeah, that was a great fight watching that. And then fight after that we got Reyes versus Walker. This is just like it's a bit of a stalling match and not really that stalling. It's like kind of like yeah, just nothing going on. Just not that much knockout power. But yeah, I believe like Reyes kind of comes in clutch with his defense, blocking the leg kicks from Walker and countering with leg kicks as well. I already forgot how it went, but yeah. So congratulations to Dominic Reyes. That was a pretty intense fight, but not that intense. It was kind of boring to watch, but it's kind of close. Let's see. Next fight: Curtis Blades versus Hokick. I'm usually a Curtis Blades fans, and I never heard of Josh Hokick until like today or yesterday, I guess, when I saw him fight. And yeah, now Hokick remains undefeated, and yeah, I'm gonna congratulate him on that one. That's actually kind of legendary, not gonna lie, bro. And yeah, this is also like a brutal ass fight, considering that Curtis got his face all bloodied up and fucked up and all that. And Josh took some fucking big ass hits too, so I gotta give him respect on that, man. That was really fucking cool, bro. And then the co-main event is usually like it's not that interesting to watch, to be honest. Like at first, yeah, it was just like a nothing much going on with Asmat and Paulo. Um, but yeah, eventually at the end, yeah, Paulo Costello just came up with that TKO at the end, and yeah, there was that eye poke incident too, or like where the Costello has like his thumb drugged like across dude's eye. Like that's kind of crazy looking at that. And yeah, I guess it kind of sucks how the fight turned out, but I mean, I'm not really familiar with those two guys, so I'm not really sure. The main event is probably the big one: Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Oberg. I really thought Prochazka would win this one, but yeah, that was it near the end of the fight, he just like put mercy on him and doesn't gave up on kicking that knee, even after Oberg like had his knee fucked up. So yeah, and he comes in clutch with the was it left hook knockout, I think. Yeah, something like that. And that was crazy watching that, dude. I absolutely loved it. And after that, I'm gonna be watching the post fight press conference. This is gonna be important for me. This is like a 48-minute video.
All right. The gate was 7 million. Attendance 17,741. Fight of the night, no shocker. Blades and Hokitt. Performance of the night, Hokitt and Oberg.
Mm-hmm.
Who's got the first question?
Hello. First of all, crazy card, crazy night of fights. We'll start with the main event. It looked like Yuri had it in the bag. Carlos is on one leg, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, this sport can still surprise us. Give us your reaction to
crazy. The fight was over. I mean, but I guess it ain't over till it's over. Incredible comeback win. Yeah, and we don't know 100%, but you saw he was kicking that front leg, and the front leg was bothering him, and then all of a sudden the back leg hurts. Could be an ACL.
Yeah, that would suck.
ACL torn, bro. That would be crazy, dude. Watching that knee blow up, bro.
And almost felt like a sense of mercy towards Carlos. Did you feel like he kind of took his foot off the gas when he saw Carlos was hurt?
Well, I didn't necessarily feel it, but some people were saying to me he was goofing around and he was doing this and that, but, yeah, I mean, when you got a guy hurt, you got to finish him till the ref jumps in and stops it, so.
I will agree on that take for Dana.
There are quite a lot of people in the world who are not a big fan of Josh Hokitt's shtick.
Yeah,
but when you
I'm one of them.
when you go out and fight like that, though, it kind of makes the character stuff irrelevant, and he put on an insane...
He walked the talk tonight. You know what I mean? When people come out
that's
and
true
say
too,
stupid
for
shit
real.
and have sort of a shtick, it's not my thing. But nothing but respect for both of those men tonight in that fight. It was unbelievable, and you won't hear a word out of me from here on out about him. He like I said, he walked the talk. So
Are they gonna get him on the next one?
Can you explain how...
it's one thing to have a shtick and act whatever, and it's another thing to go in and fight the number 5 ranked guy in the world who was a bad dude and do what he did to him tonight.
And for heavyweights as well, like over 300 strikes for heavyweights is a crazy pace as well. Can you explain to us how Josh ended up fighting or will fight Derek Lewis on the White House?
So what's crazy is, organically, about an hour before that, the president said to me, "Why is Derek Lewis not on the White House card?" I said, "I'll be back in 5 minutes." I went and called Derek Lewis, said the president wants to know why you're not on the White House card, and Derek Lewis said, "Politics. Politics kept me off the White House card." And I said, "Do you want to fight on the card?" And he said, "I absolutely want to fight on the card."
I think you
tell
should
the president thank you.
He should be a good
So then I
contender
told Mick
for
Maynard,
White House, but I don't know.
Find a
He's
fight
added in
for
there.
Derek.
Okay.
Let's talk about it next week and whatever.
I'm gonna look
Then the
Freedom
Hogan fight
250.
happens, and Joe Rogan. I had the headphones on. Joe Rogan goes, "Is there another slot open on the White House card for Hogan?" I go, "Holy shit!" So I grabbed Mick and I said, "Go back there and talk to see if he's in." And Hogan was getting into an ambulance and said yes.
Genuinely curious, why does Trump love Derek Lewis so much? Like Colby, I get, Masvidal, I get. Where did the Derek Lewis love come from for Donald Trump?
He's a fan. He likes Derek Lewis. He likes his personality. He likes the way he fights. I don't know. I mean, what makes us a fan of anybody, you know? I don't know what it is, but the president loves Derek Lewis.
And you just said you won't criticize Josh for his character work, but if he's on the White House lawn saying some of this dumb shit, is any part of you going to be like, ah?
Yeah, probably. But then once he gets in the cage, we'll forget all about it.
Daniel, what was Donald Trump's reaction to that fight? Because, like, obviously...
Everybody was going crazy. I mean, everybody was going crazy. Everybody's saying it's one of the greatest heavyweight fights they've ever seen. Everybody on that side of the cage.
Co-main event, what did you make of Paolo's performance in there? Looked like he kind of just came out like a bat out of hell in the 3rd round for that finish.
Yeah. I mean, what an impressive win for him, too. You know, the guy was 16-0 and very confident that he was going to beat Costa. And
what was he saying to the president? Because it looked like they were having a conversation right next to him.
he was telling him how much he admires him and, you know, yeah.
Cub Swanson, big win in his final fight. What did you make of his, victory, perfect send-off and everything?
Holy shit. I mean, you couldn't script it any better than that, especially against a tough kid like Landwehr. I mean, that kid is tough, durable, and loves to fight like that. You hit him with 3, he'll hit you with 4 type thing. He couldn't handle Cub tonight. It was pretty impressive.
I don't know if you were ringside for it yet, but did you happen to see Aaron Pico's performance in there? It seems like the broadcast just gave him glowing reviews for his first UFC win.
The broadcast was what?
Loved Aaron Pico's performance. The first big. I don't know if you were there.
Yeah, no, I was in the back with the president, but yeah, we saw it on TV. Yeah.
There we go. We're back.
Miami becoming like an annual stop. Like, can we expect every year to be so far so good? But
I've had a blast here this week, so yeah. Fights were great. The crowd's incredible. I mean, the crowd was losing their mind during some of those fights, and yeah, it's always a great place to come.
I know you're not one to reminisce on things, but we are like here casually talking about fights at the White House, this and that. But have you had a second to sit down and just kind of think like we're actually going to host an event, promote an event at the White House?
Yeah, the deeper we get into it, yes, yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's even crazier than the president. The president's like, it's crazy. We're going to do this fight on the White House lawn.
When you were hosting UFC events at the Taj Mahal with Trump, what would have been more crazy in 2001? That somebody told you that Donald Trump was going to be president, or that the UFC was going to go to the White House?
Both. I've been doing a lot of interviews this week with like big mainstream outlets, and I was talking about it yesterday. They say, could you have ever imagined? Well, no. I mean, you don't ever. I had always believed in the brand and in the sport, and that I thought it could be big, but you don't think of stuff like that. I mean, we deal with world leaders all the time, rulers of countries, presidents, and all these different political figures from around the world. It's pretty crazy what the sport of fighting will get you in the middle of.
And obviously, politics is very
Crazy how
polarizing.
big that
Was there
UFC
ever
has
hesitancy or
influence in
consideration of
countries like that.
Stimulants. We didn't get the chance to talk
wanna
to him
see
because he was
this.
transported. Do you have any
They
medical?
both
Oh,
got
yeah.
transported. Yeah.
Do you have
Both
any
of
medical
these
update?
dudes
Are you
got-
concerned at all
went
that
to
he
the
might have broke his
hospital,
hand or
bruh.
something that would force him out of the White House?
That would absolutely suck. And
I also want to comment on like I don't know what the Trump and Dana White relationship is like. Well, it looks like, well, at least for this one's a great ass event, bro. And like I'm pretty sure like the future ones would be probably decent as long as the cultural is like vibrant as fuck, and good like card picks and all that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it'd be cruising for UFC for what they do.
yeah, I would have heard it already. He fights here.
Broke his hand or something that would force now debuting at International Fight Week. What do you think the ceiling is for him? I guess how do you handle him right on your roster now, debuting at International? I think everybody thought it was inevitable at some point, but Gable Stevenson is on your roster now, debuting at International Fight Week.
Yeah.
What do you think the ceiling is for him? I guess how do you handle him right? He's a hot prospect. Do you kind of take a step?
Just
Seems
want
like
to make
Kayla's
sure of
getting
that.
back into training. Do we have any?
Conor McGregor, anything new with him?
Same old. Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
Nothing
you.
new with Conor
Seems
McGregor.
like
Okay,
Kayla's
who
getting
cares?
Back into training. Do we have any updates on like when that fight could be made?
Nope. We're gonna have to see how she.
Fought today. He won a unanimous.
To move up and get big names and fight big names because the roster is so deep. So in order to get,
It's definitely one of them. It's definitely one of them. Yeah. I mean, from champion to 10 is nasty. So yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Dana, right over here.
Yep.
John Jones says that watching UFC 327 lit a fire in him to compete, and now he's potentially not retired. He's not committing to it. Have you talked to him at all about anything, or no?
No.
No talks with John Jones, even though he
And
loves
listen, how is that
327.
any different than John's been in the last 10 years? You know what I mean? The way I always looked at, I used to tell Lorenzo, you'll never be able to build a business with this guy. But when he does show up, it's fun.
There was a lot of shifts happening at light heavyweight tonight. Just what were your thoughts overall on the division, and where do you take it going forward, considering, Paulo Costa is now going to be ranked at light heavyweight. Olberg's your champion, but might be hurt. Where do you go with this?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun.
It's fun.
when
Yeah,
you have
that's what the
a guy like,
UFC is.
a guy like Costa is, he comes in and he tries to knock people out, and huge, massive win for him tonight. I mean, this might be the biggest win of his career tonight. Beat an undefeated 16-0 guy who was.
I think in the future, maybe Gosa would probably build his power, and then if he can like get a clean ass knockout on his next fight, I think that'd be lit.
Absolutely confident he was going to beat Costa, and he looked good, did impressively, and like I said, it sets him up for a lot of fun fights.
Good performance too. Yeah,
over
gotta
here.
mention
Just
that.
one from me with this fight with Derek Lewis and Josh Hockett. Is there any? It's all set with the White House card, or is there any chance that another fight could be added to the card?
Versus Josh
Is
Hokick.
there-
I need to look that up
Other
too.
than that fight, is there any chance that any more fights could be added? No.
Yeah, it's all set.
I shouldn't have done this one. But when the president looks at you and says, why is Derek Lewis not on the card? Huh? You put Derek Lewis on the card immediately. Yeah. Unless he calls me and tells me to do something else, there will be no more fights added to the card.
Yeah, maybe another name that he could be interested on.
What's that?
Maybe
Maybe
another
another-
name that he likes, another name he's interested in seeing on that
I
card.
certainly hope not.
Thank you.
But anything is possible. Yes.
So since you've had such a blast here in Miami, is there any way that you're going to do an Orlando card 3 hours away?
It's a great question.
Orlando might
I
be
don't know
decent.
the answer
Probably
to that.
not.
I wouldn't say no. We could absolutely do a card in Orlando.
Dana White, if you're watching this video, I would like to request that the UFC returns to Delta Center, Salt Lake City, Utah.
So that's a absolutely we would do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dana, Jorge Masvidal says he has something going on with the UFC. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, no, we have no fights for him right now. We have nothing done with him.
Okay.
He's talking to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was Colby ever in the running to be in the UFC White House? He seemed a bit upset, and obviously he's been a big supporter.
Yeah, of course. There's the whole listen. Every time you hear something publicly from these guys, and this didn't happen, that didn't happen. Always remember this. This is common sense. We have to get these guys 3 fights a year. If we don't, we have to pay them, even if they don't fight. We're always offering guys fights, and you know, if he didn't make it on the White House card, there's absolutely positively a reason.
Dana, when you say that, does that just mean like, so let's say John Jones, for example, right? Does that just mean you offer him an opponent, potential guy, and he just says no, or is that his management turns it down for him?
There are a lot of different reasons that it could not happen, but yeah. What we don't do is just fuck guys over and just let them sit around and no, we're not going to give you a fight. The exact opposite. We're doing 44 cards a year. People fall out all the time, and, you know, the list goes on and on. Everybody's being offered fights.
This is a bit of a random question, but did you hear that when Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul, Tito Ortiz apparently called Lorenzo to try and get your boxing match with Tito back on? Did you ever hear that?
When what happened?
When Jake Paul and Mike Tyson boxed, right?
I bet
Tito
that guy
Ortiz
is so confused
called Lorenzo to try and get your boxing match with Tito back on.
You know what? I think Lorenzo did say something like that. Yeah.
What is the Dana White boxing?
50 fucking 6 years old.
Does he have a separate boxing thing?
July. I fight to get out of bed every day. Okay, but
boxing league.
Yeah.
Oh, Zuffa boxing.
I vaguely remember something like that. I think so.
Look that up.
Eddie Hearn, you know, Tito Ortiz, you're a guy very much in demand. You could get on the White House card if you wanted.
Well, Tito's dumb as hell, but Tito's not a pussy. Eddie Hearn's a pussy. Eddie Hearn ain't boxing anybody. Fucking posting pictures of himself hitting the fucking speed bag. It looks like it's in slow motion. Yeah. Eddie Hearn. And let me tell you what.
Is there a website for
if that did happen, me and Eddie Hearn are bums. We would be the first fight of the night. These guys are talking like we're going to headline some fucking card or some shit like that. Bums, okay? Whoever was talented on that card should be insulted if he and I were anywhere near any other slot other than the first fight of the night, and it shouldn't even be on TV.
Hasn't tried to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to get the fighters
she's going to
conference.
Macau.
We'll wait till then.
All right. Yeah. Have a great night, you guys. Thank you. And thanks, Miami. I had a blast here.
There we go. This is the next shit. Then we got Costa versus Azamat next. Oh wait, what fight is this one coming up next? Oh wait, okay, defeated. Okay, yeah. I thought it was another fight. Shit, I'd be confused as hell. Oh my God, he's putting the ice on his goddamn leg.
Front right here. Congratulations on the victory. I'm assuming the ice is from all the kicks you threw on Azamat?
Oh, yes. This is, kick a lot.
Was that
he
the
kicked
game
a
plan
lot.
coming
Holy
in,
shit.
just to rely heavily on the kicks, especially to the body before going upstairs?
Okay, I'm going to say Portuguese, okay? Fabiano's here to help me. O plano é basicamente esse, chutar muito, né? Eu acho que eu posso falar isso. Né? The plan was basically that, kick a lot, he southpaw. I used to fight very well against southpaws. And, the kicks hurt a lot, him and me. And I had every movement that he made mapped on my game, of his game plan. We are prepared for all of this.
Jesus Christ, there's like fucking
made,
crazy ass kicks. Yeah, I remember that. Coming back.
Johnny Badola, Neto, Kelson. I think
Dana said if he thought this could be your biggest win of your career because, you know, undefeated, new weight class. Does it feel like the biggest win for you?
I feel like a huge win. I don't know if the biggest.
It's a big win, but I don't think it's the biggest.
You know,
really,
Russians, you wanted the third straight one, but with this win, you could be within another win away from playing for the light heavyweight title too. Especially if Carlos looked like he had hurt his knee, he might be out for a while. What would you like to do next?
Yes, I will be here. I'll be here. If the matchmakers, Dana, Hunter, Mick, they think this can be a nice fight, a great fight, I'm here to do.
Carlos.
Ei, Borrachinha, vamos falar em português. Eliseu Caetano, Jovem Pan Brasil. Let's do this in Portuguese, please. Tenho duas perguntas. A primeira é, Como é que foi a luta para você em Miami, onde tem uma grande comunidade brasileira? Se isso ajuda ali no octógono, né? Pô, te impulsiona, te joga para frente. E acho que a segunda é o que todo mundo quer saber. O que tu falou pro Trump e o que ele falou para você. Todo mundo ficou curioso.
Two questions. If you enjoyed actually fighting here in Miami with such a large Brazilian community, did you feel the support, the fact that there's so many Brazilians who might have come out to support you? And the second thing, what did you say? What did Trump say to you? What was, I think everybody was curious. You spent some time with him. What happened there?
Eliseu, uma pessoa da Jovem Pan. Faz muita diferença ter a torcida, né? Assim que eu estava subindo no octógono, eu virei para a torcida e uma bandeira do Brasil, o pessoal vibrando ali, pulando. Eu fiz um sinal, não sei se eles entenderam que era para eles, mas foi muito legal. Coloquei um Rick Martin, né, para tocar. Eu acho que faz todo sentido a gente estar aqui, onde tem uma comunidade latina muito grande, né? E dá mais energia, realmente. E em relação ao Trump ali, eu fiz uma brincadeira com ele e depois falei algumas coisas mais assim, pessoal, não posso falar, mas foi legal.
Porque no vídeo que vazou agora na internet deu a entender...
Pera só um pouquinho, camarada. So the first thing was, it was very cool to actually see the crowd. I actually looked up and I saw people with, cheering me on with the Brazilian flag. I looked up to them, kind of shouted out to them. I'm not sure if they caught on the fact that I was talking to them, but it was really cool to see, and it was for them. And then, I came out with Ricky Martin.
Okay.
We know that Miami's got a full-on Latin community, so it was pretty cool. And it gives us another kind of energy, right? And as for Trump, I just kind of jokingly talked to him, and then I just said some things that were personal, so just keep it a secret for now. It was between us.
Para finalizar.
Oh, incrível.
Very interesting conversation. I guess we'll never know what they said to each other that day.
Uma pessoa tentando entender o que o Trump falou para você e pareceu que ele disse que você era muito bonito para ser lutador. Sim.
Yeah. Valeu. That part was true. It was funny. Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Class.
I will say to you, I feel better training and do a fight camp at 205. But in the day of the fight, I don't know which division I feel better.
Do you plan on pursuing the title at 205 or 185?
Both.
But as of now, you can only fight for one.
He wants both
right?
belts.
So as of now, the
okay.
plan would be whatever.
He's got to drop 20
They're
pounds.
Gonna depend.
I guess that'd be hard.
How the things gonna setting up, If they think I'm closer to 205 to fight for the title next, okay, so I stay.
Do you feel closer to the title at 205 than 185?
I think so. I think it's a new blood.
Paper.
What you
skip all that. I want to get to here. To Carlos Ulberg. And they're talking about stuff. Yeah, okay. There we go. Got Carlos on there.
First of all, mate, congratulations on becoming world champion. I would imagine your mind is probably racing all over the place at the moment, right? Because it's meant to be potentially the best night of your career, and yet now you're walking around limping, and we're not sure how that's going to be. So what exactly are you thinking and the emotions are right now?
Yeah, you're right. It is all over the place at the moment, and it hasn't really sunk in. But the team is happy. We're happy. We came in and we got the job done, and that's what we are here for, is to get that title, and we did that.
You said at the press conference that you would do whatever it takes, right? If it became a firefight, you would do it. And then, your ACL potentially goes in the fight. What is going through your mind when that happens? Is it just like not even thinking about it? Or is it like, okay, how do I adapt? What goes through your mind when that injury happens?
Yeah, it's just adapting on the fly. We've had issues like this before. We're in a big fight, and you expect things like this to happen. So I never counted myself out at any moment, but we knew that this was going to be an issue at the time, and how do we adapt with it? How do we adapt to it?
Have you had, is this like a thing that you'd had through camp as well?
No, it just happened on the night.
You said, look, you're going to adapt and stuff like that, but when your balance is completely off, right, and you're falling because he's kicking it back, and I'm sure it's hurting a lot, are you starting to think, like, am I going to have to grapple? Am I going to have to try and bang him out in one punch? What strategy-wise goes through your mind at that point?
Just sticking to the plan, sticking to the game plan, and I think that's what got us there in the end was staying calm, and whatever fire came through us. So, I guess Yuri made the mistake of coming forward as I was on the cage, and he walked into that left hook.
I know you said it's all part of the
That
plan
part
and
was
stuff like
kinda
that, but there
funny.
must be something going when
Got
you
his
land
knee
that left
fucked
hook
up,
on
and
him,
then he
that
got
you
that
are just
left hook. Holy shit.
for that, don't you know, with the injury and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, yeah.
He said in his post-fight interview that he felt sympathy for you when he saw the injury, and he kind of showed mercy, in his opinion. Do you agree with that assessment from Yuri?
No, I don't. I don't think that. I feel like he made the mistake there because I would not have done the same. If you're in there to get that title, you do whatever it takes to get that win.
And listen, I'm sure you're going to have to go have scans and stuff like that, but if I ask you right here and now, when do you think you're getting back in there? Do you have any idea what's the sort of scenario going through your mind?
I'm no doctor. I have no idea what's going to happen, but all I know is we'll go and assess it, see what happens, and then try to get into the gym as soon as I can. Hopefully it's not as
entertaining to watch, but when he's standing like feet away from you, pointing at the ground, hands at the ground, just doing like Yuri things, what is it actually like in there?
I think that was his way of trying to lure me into his game, and I stuck to what I needed to do, which was try and keep my distance, stay in the middle.
It's crazy that
and
Yuri's
try not
just
to
kind of
let him
held back a bit.
push
It's
me
something you
back
should
on the
never
cage where
do
he
in
can have
UFC,
an
to be
advantage
honest.
or whatever it is, but I think what it is was we just
I might
stuck to
get like 2
our
more
game
ad
plan.
breaks by the end of the
And I know,
video, right?
like you said, you have to get all these things checked out on your knee, but like on the rise, you're trying to like strategically maneuver your way up the rankings with the best fights to reach that title. Now everyone has to chase you. You don't have to chase fights anymore. So I guess what do you want moving forward? Like I guess obviously
Arlo on
Paulo
the
had the big
defense
win.
for the belt.
Dom's
That was
back in
pretty
the win
interesting.
column after you knocked him
I'll
out.
have to see how that
what would
goes.
make sense for you, given like you can, like, depending on what your knee is, of course. But what do you think makes sense for you?
I think I'm not too sure who else is there. There's who knows. We'll just leave it up to we leave it up to the guys who know what they're doing, and I just get myself into the gym and prepare for whatever is next.
Have you had the chance to talk to anyone back home yet?
Not yet.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Hasn't talked to his family at all.
What went
Oh,
through
I'm
your
pretty
mind
sure
as
he
soon
did.
as sort of
This is
your
like
knee
last
popped?
night, hopefully.
It was just deal with it and see how we can adapt and what we need to do from there. And
I think Carlos should like recover for at least, I don't know, 12 hours or 24 hours and then just go right back to working out. Maybe. I don't know.
all I needed was my hands to land.
Did you feel like
Hits to land, yeah.
And I don't know if you can
Pretty
think
valid.
sort of that clearly in that moment. Obviously, you're fighting, but did you feel like I can't go to the scorecards? I have to get a finish fairly soon because of being in one leg.
Yeah, I mean, like as soon as the leg went out, we knew that we had to try and figure something else out on the fly. And I think it was just more about pushing forward and this is the fight. This is the fight game.
I'm gonna give like Carlos a huge
things
respect
happen,
for
and
just
I've
like
already dealt with
keep
that.
pushing all that
I've
shit, bro. Even with that fucked up knee,
I've
man.
always said to myself that whatever happens in that cage, we have to keep going. We have to keep pushing through. We have to keep going until you get that bout, because nothing is going to stop me from getting it. We're going to
Him, Volk, and Izzy.
see if he comes back. That would be a big fight for sure.
Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Carlos over here. Congratulations on becoming a champion.
I'll hear
I know
this
Robert
part.
Whitaker was joking that they have a group chat of the champions from Australia and New Zealand with him, Volk, and Izzy. Are you excited to be added to that group chat finally?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Wow,
And
now this
what is
guy
it
gets
about
access
City
to a
Kickboxing
secret
in
group chat.
Miami?
Oh,
Izzy
wow.
and Volk became
Of
two-time
of
champs
champions?
here.
Holy
you
shit.
overcame being on one leg and became champ. What is it about Miami?
About Miami's chill, I guess. I don't know. I never been there.
There you go.
And one last one from me. If you end up being healthy in the next couple months, if it is you versus Paulo Costa for the light heavyweight title,
Paulo
the best-looking
Costa
fighter
versus
fight
Carlos
title
Ulberg
might
would be
also be on
crazy.
the line. What's it going to be like to fight for 2 belts?
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
That would be goddamn
Carlos,
brutal,
you'd be
bro.
the
I swear to
second
God.
UFC champion from New Zealand, next to your teammate Israel Adesanya. What does it feel now to have your name etched in history along with him?
It means a lot, man. It just means that to be able to take another bout back home gives hope to the many other fighters and for life. And
Is one of your goals as champion to kind of solidify yourself as a dominant champion in the light heavyweight division that we haven't seen in a while?
Yeah, it is. It is. The mission is to hold this belt and hold it for as long as I can, and make as much money as I can in this company.
Make as much money and hold the belt. Okay.
I don't know if you saw, but
I wouldn't want to.
That Miami is lucky.
I would love to
he's
see
not
him
here
hold the
right now to
defense.
celebrate your
That'd be
win.
crazy.
What would that look like if Ty was actually
That
ringside?
would be crazy.
Crazy, man. It would be.
All right, pause the video or the recording at least.
Carlos over here.
Gotta change my lighting
Congratulations
settings.
on your win. You just won the belt, and in one of the toughest ways possible. How much of that win over Jerry Prohaska was about skill, and how much was it about refusing to be beaten?
A lot of it was about refusing to be beaten, and then also sticking to the game plan, sticking to what it was the fire and the fire that Yuri would bring, he said he would bring, and me sticking, or just me staying calm in a situation like that. I think that was the biggest thing in this whole camp, was learning to stay calm in any situation.
Just like, yeah,
Thank you.
holding that emotion in.
Closer.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Staying focused is probably
I
a
have to ask you
big
about
play,
interaction
I would
that
say.
happened backstage this week. Josh Hokett came up to you in character, messing around. What was
Oh,
your
yeah,
reaction
Josh
when you felt
Hokett and Carlos beef.
Yeah, I mean, like it's funny. It's funny. He's a character, and like it showed that he's also a good fighter. So like I enjoyed watching his fight in the back. But yeah, I think it's maybe could be something that the UFC needs.
Do you think that's maybe the best heavyweight fight of all time? That's kind of what they're talking about. I know you said you watched some of it. A lot of people also say Mark Hunt's in that conversation.
It would be a good fight. I would want to see.
It was a good.
I'll be rooting for Carlos, but you know, knowing Josh Hokett, I'm pretty sure he would fuck him up too, pretty nicely.
Game plan going forward too. So I think he was playing possum at some point, and I think that was part of his strategy too. So yeah, he's got the character and he can fight.
My last question about Josh is coming in at 233. A lot of people on X and social media were saying when he went up to you, you made him look like a middleweight. So you think maybe he's in the wrong weight class?
I'll beat his ass.
All right, that's a good statement. Yeah, beat his ass. Hell
Do you
yeah.
have any plans to celebrate?
And celebrations.
Yeah, go back to the house and just take those two crazy boys over there. That the young fellas are. 11. That's where it's at. After party's 11.
Best luck.
Thank you. Luck.
Oh, I hope those guys had a wonderful time. All that celebrations, and yeah, I can't wait for the next major UFC. Was it 328? Can't wait for that one. I want to look at the 328 fights just in case. I usually only focus on the major ones and the main cards usually. But like sometimes I would also watch the not as big ones a little bit. Let's see. Here's what we got for main. I'm just gonna focus on main card for now. Okay, we got King Green versus Jeremy Stevens. I don't know either of those guys. For welterweight, we got Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Buckley has a pretty decent reputation, I would say, and Brady, he's also a good contender as well. I'll give my prediction for Sean Brady right away. And then, well, who do I want to win for next? UFC 328. I'll probably take a look at like King Green, maybe. I don't know yet. I haven't locked in my predictions. Oh yeah, I didn't do my predictions for this one. I didn't feel like doing it, or I did it in a private call, and I only got like what, freaking 2 out of 3, 2 out of 5, right? I guess. Let's see. Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Alexander's like a fucking menace in the heavyweight division. My only concern on this one would be just the gassing out. So. Yeah, I just need to find out whoever like is the actual heavy hitter. Maybe Volkov might get this. I don't know. And then for flyweight, we got Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. I think Tatsuro he's pretty great. I've seen him fight before. He's fucking cool. And Joshua Van, he's also a good fighter too. But yeah, I'll be rooting my boy Tatsuro for that one. Let's see. And the main event, Kazma, Kamzat Shimaev. I don't know if I said that shit right, but I fucking care butchering it. And Sean Strickland. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in for my boy Sean Strickland to win that fight. I hope, bro. I don't want Dagestan to win. The fuck, even though he's undefeated. Holy shit. So yeah, I'm usually I'm not that fond personally for grappling. So yeah, I really have a soft spot for strikers better. But yeah, Kamzat he might get that submission. To be honest, that's probably what's gonna happen. But who knows? I would really want Sean Strickland to like beat his ass or just hit him hard. So yeah, better not lose to that grappling, cause that's how I'll be fucking salty. So anyways, this is just my my commentary for UFC 327 and predictions for 328 when that drops. Just need to let me check when is UFC Freedom is. June 14th. This one's gonna be massive. So yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. And if you enjoyed this video talking about UFC, I would love to like check more stuff out. You can leave a like on the video and subscribe to the Spicy Crisp channel for future videos. And my name is Spicy Crisp. Good night.